The doing comes first because motivation is a byproduct of doing. Taking medication is not a solution. I need to get to the root cause.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Salem Speakers Podcast. This is a show where we connect you with speakers who have a truly unique and powerful perspective about the world. My guest today is a perfect example of that. I'm speaking with Youness El Fehdi. He's a Moroccan-American author, speaker, and digital strategist who's a true polymath. He's a polyglot fluent in 5 languages, an expert in behavioral psychology and digital marketing, and a powerful advocate for both metabolic health and autism awareness. From teaching people how to create viral content to sharing his own incredible journey of reversing type 2 diabetes and losing 70 pounds in 90 days, Youness's work is all about helping people connect, communicate, and live more authentic lives. Youness, thank you so much for bringing your incredible story to the show today.
Thank you, Kris. Thank you for inviting me here.
Youness, your work combines so many different fields. You blend behavioral psychology with modern digital marketing, for example. How do those two worlds connect for you? And why is the understanding of human behavior so critical for anyone trying to build an online presence?
I think intentional transformation is very crucial to your online presence because to be present online, you got to have some value to offer. And the value to offer is to help people turn their life around, like taking adversity from transforming it from an obstacle into a fuel or a step to success. In my case, I had so many setbacks or challenges throughout my life, and I'm sharing my experience and the steps of how I transformed that from a defeating mechanism that was, block you from going forward into an actual fuel and something that you actually use to go forward. Mm-hmm. And I think the outside world is in dire need for how to use adversity. So this is my mission as a transformation strategist.
You're also a polyglot, fluent in 5 languages, and you've written a book called Dominate the World of Languages. That's something most people only dream of. What is the biggest mental block that stops people from learning a new language, and how do you teach them to overcome that block?
Yeah, that psychological block of learning a language is just, it's about the belief. A lot of people think that they're just not good at learning languages. And since they believe that, they never get that first step and start learning a language. Let me tell you, like all human beings are born not speaking any language. So all of us has learned a language at least. So we have the psychological, the mental, the physical capacity to learn a language. It's just a question of if you dare to take that first step and get motivated to learn it. However, I'm going to emphasize about motivation. You can read a motivational book or listen to a motivational speaker, but here's the thing, the doing comes first because motivation is a byproduct of doing. So what I advise anybody just to start learning a language, and then motivation will catch up with you throughout the process. Because when I learned my languages, I wasn't sure if I'm gonna go through or not. But once I started, then throughout the process, the motivation will carry you. But the most important thing is to take that first step. Just do it.
Action over research or studying. Yeah.
Yes, Chris.
In your other book, Content That Captivates, is about creating viral content. And the word viral can kind of feel like lightning in a bottle sometimes. Is there a formula for creating content that truly connects, or is it really just luck and the algorithms?
It's about being yourself, because people will sense if you're just faking something or it's coming from your heart. So once you connect with people at that level, it doesn't matter about the algorithm. It's good to know the techniques of the algorithm and how it works, but most of the content that connect it's something that comes from the heart. It's something that's come from an actual experience. Like when you relay a message that you actually went through, vis-a-vis like you're just reading about it or whatever, it connects because people believe that you actually went through whatever that experience you're trying to share, and it connects with people because humans in general, they have that sense. They will sense if you're authentic or if you're just faking. That's the core message, but they have some details on the book as well.
That's a great point. I want to shift to your incredible health journey, which you talk about in your book, Dominate the Weight Loss Game and Diabetes. You lost 70 pounds in 90 days and reversed type 2 diabetes, all done naturally. What would you say the turning point was that made you decide to take control of your health in such a dramatic way?
Well, that happens during COVID times in 2021. I became overweight and I had COVID. So I went to the doctor. I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes and high cholesterol, high blood pressure. I had to stick my finger every day and all that. The doctor also gave me like about 6 bottles of pills. I was getting those pills for about 6 months every day. And I always believed that medicine, I mean, big pharma always drives you to keep going. Those pills were not doing their job because I've been taking it for like 6 months and I go over there and it just staying the same. So I said, maybe I need to look at the root, the cause of the problem, not just managing the symptoms using pills. I threw all those bottles in the trash and I got into intermittent fasting. I fast for 16 hours. It was a water fasting. I still drank coffee without sugar and tea and water. I just didn't eat. And I did that for like about 3 months. And then I started doing OMAD, which is only 1 meal a day. And then when I went back to the doctor after that, first of all, I lost 70 pounds in like 3 months. And then when I went back to the doctor, type 2 diabetes was gone on, high blood pressure, high cholesterol. Doctor was asking me, are you still taking your medication? I said, no, I haven't been taking my medication. What did you do? So I told the doctor what I did. Come back in about 6 months just to make sure, is this real or just something, just your sugar up there. I came back for 6 months. Type 2 diabetes was gone. All those problems were gone. Since then, I've been like about 6 years. I'm going every 6 months. I don't have no type 2 diabetes. This is what I learned from this lesson. I don't know where the inspiration came, but it just something hits me from inside of me that taking medication is not the solution. I need to get to the root cause. And I figured maybe the weight, because I was overweight. I believe that the body, especially in terms of the metabolic health, the body can recycle and fix itself, but we just need to do our part, like fasting, and the body can recycle, because what fasting does, it just recycle all the cells that are not that are damaged, recycling them and getting rid of them. So in some instances that I heard that it also helps with like other more serious diseases like cancer, for example. So I think I'm not saying all medicine are not good, but when it comes to metabolic health, your body is your friend. If you know how to use your body, you can get rid of that without resorting to medicine.
You achieved this transformation through, you said, intermittent fasting and simple daily movement, with no gimmicks. What do you think these simple, kind of fundamental approaches, why they worked for you, when many complicated diets and workout plans, tend to fail for others?
Because the complicated diet, like calorie counting and all that's something similar to that. The problem with those, they are not sustainable, because when you try to do a lifestyle change, very difficult to sustain, because counting calories is really tiring, to be always counting this and writing down and doing all that. So the closer you get to our natural living existence, like fasting. Fasting has been around forever. Like so many older religions, they all emphasize the power of fasting. It's not something new. It just for some reason human beings got away from that because of all this developments in medicine and our dependence on pills and pharmaceutical products. We got away from that. Even diabetes is not an old disease. It's probably like 200 years old, whatever. So, but humans exist way before that. So why we did not have that disease before? Because people were sticking to the old methods, which one of them is fasting. It's just going back to the basis for human beings, what human beings did long time ago before the existence of all these diseases. Human evolution is great to some extent, but in terms of us seeking comfort, that's what caused the problems because people would rather take a pill than fast. And that's the core issue.
Beyond your professional work, you were also a passionate advocate for autism awareness, which was sparked by your son's diagnosis. How has your journey as a father to a child with autism influenced your broader mission and the way you communicate with the world?
It showed me my experience as a parent of a neurodiverse son. It shows me the meaning of empathy and conditional love because when my son was first diagnosed, I had no idea about autism. I did not know what autism is, what are the symptoms, how you deal with it, and it was a very difficult experience to navigate how to manage. After doing my research and going through the experience and learning lessons, I figured a lot of people are in the same position that I was. They have an autistic kid with autism, and they just don't know what to do. That's what brought me to the idea of writing a book about it. It's called Dominate the Challenges of Autism. The lessons I learned from that experience is like purpose is not always something that we look for. Sometimes it comes to you because at that time in my life I was going through some problems. I was drinking a lot. I didn't have a positive direction in my life, and having that kid, that experience, those challenges kind of stirred me back to the right direction. And I think having a neurodiverse son is one of the most effective lessons I had in my life. It just teaches you the power of empathy and that life, we should not take it for granted because my son depends on me till the day he passes. So that switched all my future thinking and everything. So I'm more dedicated into being powerful because if I'm not good, how can I help my kid? So that keeps me from going the wrong path because I know because if I don't succeed in what I'm doing right now, I'm gonna let my son down. So that gave me a purpose, and I think to all the parents out there, if you have a disabled son or daughter, just know it's a blessing in disguise and use it as your fuel and as your drive to get through this life and through your son or your daughter's life.
Yeah, that's awesome. In your bio, it also says you're a champion of neurodiversity. That's a term that we're hearing more and more. In your own words, what does neurodiversity mean, and why is it so important for, let's say, workplaces and communities to embrace it?
Yeah, neurodiversity is the opposite of neurotypical.
Hmm.
Neurotypical is regular people, like normal people with no disability, and neurodiverse is people, disabled people with autism, severe ADHD. The problem that we have right now, and the reason that we need championing neurodiversity, because neurodiverse people, they go through blocks everywhere because people lack the understanding of how to deal with neurodiverse people and how to deal with their specific issues. Let's say about school. So when you go to school, they have a set of rules, for kids, a set of rules, and they abide by that. But the problem comes when your neurodiverse kid get punished for something that he don't have autonomy or control over it like the other ones. Kids with autism cannot stay in the same room for like 2 hours. They need a break because that's how they are made. That's how because they're different. But then when that autistic kid wanted to take a break and they get denied and then starts, getting irritated, then they get a disciplinary because, oh, you did not want to wait till the break comes. So for me, neurodiverse people, they have different sets of rules, different sets of mechanisms that we need to understand because most of the time they get like punished or they get like deprived of some services because they're not engineered the same way as neurotypical people. So spreading awareness about that will widen the pool of people that actually understand what it takes to deal with neurodiverse. And I'm taking a part of that, and I'm gonna do my best to have as much impact as I can.
Looking at all your work from a distance, the language, the marketing, the health, the advocacy, there seems to be a common thread. Is there a single core belief or principle that connects all of these different areas of your life and work?
I think the core belief is self-reliance. I have learned that because I immigrated from Morocco to the United States over 25 years ago, and coming into a new culture and a new life without knowing anybody in a new place taught me self-reliance and how to accept reality, then adapt to it, then capitalize on the challenges. And I've been doing that. If you notice my profile, I don't have a niche that I'm like always talking about languages. I'm talking autism. I got a multi-tiered uh, niche. So for me, for me, I believe in a mindset instead of being focused on one subject. Subjects are different. Life will throw so many challenges and blessings in our lives, but for me, it's about the mindset. You treat everything that comes to you with one simple mindset that whatever whatever comes to you, if it's negative, turn it into positive. If it's positive, try to be stronger, more, instead of just being resilient, just capitalize on that and get better. So it's all about the mindset that I focus on. And for any subject that I focus on or anything, I just leave it to life. Whatever comes my way, then I'm gonna use my mindset to overcome it and be better.
And when you step onto the stage, you're speaking to people who a lot of times want to make a change, whether it's in their business, in their health, in their communication. What is the main feeling or takeaway you want to leave with every audience member, regardless of the specific topic you're covering?
The most important thing I want to leave is the human connection. The human connection does not come from something that is not authentic. So
Mhm.
anytime I go to a stage, I want to talk about something that I personally experienced
Mhm.
and relate to people. First of all, I know it's going to be helping the audience because it helps me. I just want to be as real as possible. Talking to whatever subject I talk about is a subject that I actually went through, and that gives my audience the confidence that whatever I'm talking about, I actually went through it and it's working. So I don't believe in just reading something somewhere and just go relate to people because for me, that's not a proven message. A proven message is something that you actually went through and you prove that it actually works and helps people.
That makes a lot of sense. Your mission is to help people express boldly, connect deeply, and thrive authentically. Finally, Youness, for someone listening right now who feels like they're not doing any of those things, or maybe not doing any of them to their fullest extent, what is one simple step that they can take this week to start living authentically, connecting deeply, and expressing boldly.
Whatever you have in your mind, whatever your hope, whatever action you want to take, I believe just take the first step. Just start doing it, and the next steps will come along, and the motivation will catch up with you throughout the process. No matter what it is, no matter it's just like be daring, dare to do whatever you want to do. Never worry about failure, because what immobilizes us from doing anything in life is the fear of failure. The reasons for that fear are different. Some people are, they fear what people will think about them if they fail, what will happen. That worry, that worry about what happened after failure, it's what immobilizes us from taking action. So just take action and take it one step at a time. Be focused on the moment, and whatever happened, happened. Even if you fail, at least you learned the lesson. But then failure is not a final step. Failure usually is a lesson. So the more failures you get throughout the way, the better you get. So just just do it. I think fear is a big thing. You just don't worry about what people will think about you if you fail. Just do it and keep going. And that's my advice.
Youness, this has been an amazing conversation. I think your ability to connect on so many different ideas under one inspiring mission is really inspiring. Thank you for sharing your journey with us today.
Thank you, Kris.
And for everyone out there listening, if you want to bring Youness's unique and powerful message to your organization, you can find out more about him on his speaker page, and we're going to have that linked below in the show notes. So thanks for Youness. Thank you for your time, and thanks for everyone to tuning in to the Salem Speakers Podcast. We'll see you next time.